Hey everyone, I'm Els. Welcome to my YouTube video. Today's video is something kind of different, something quite exciting. I'm going to be putting on the internet a bookish bucket list, which is very exciting. And it's basically a list of bookish things that I want to do at some point in my life. Fun things that I want to try out at some point, and I'm putting these goals of things that I want to do out onto the internet because I thought it might be fun. I thought it would also be fun to give you guys some ideas of fun bookish things as well, because you may not have heard one of two of these. For this first thing, I've got this gorgeous book out to explain it. Look, it's got green sprayed edges on the top. But this is a vintage old collection of everything Shakespeare has written, and it's incredible. It's so exciting. So you may have guessed from this that the first thing on this list, by the way, I'm doing these in no particular order, I want to do all of these things at some point, but that is to read literally every single Shakespeare play, and alongside that to annotate and evaluate lots of those things, because I'm a bit of a literature nerd. Another thing that I want to do is to read a book set in every country in the world. So a book from every country. There are just over around 210-ish countries in the world. So knowing my reading taste, I could finish that in like 2 years probably. But that's something I'd like to do, just so that I can get some different perspectives and learn more through the art of fiction. The next thing that I'd really like to do is to create or be a part of an in real life book club, like an actual book club where we meet up around each other's houses. This is post-COVID, by the way, when all of that's in the past and we've forgotten all about it. And we can have tea and coffee and biscuits, and we can chat about books and talk about things we liked about the book, we didn't like about the book, ask different questions, and what do you think would happen, and maybe we could like follow along in a series or something. The concept of a book club to me just sounds super exciting, and when I'm older I just really want to find a group of friends where we can form a book club and we can meet up and talk about books. Another thing that I'd like to do is either volunteer or spend some time working at a library. Now this one I've got an idea for, because the university I'm going to is very close to a huge library, so I'm hoping to ask to volunteer there. That sounds exciting to me because I love libraries, and it's just another excuse to talk to people about books and be surrounded by books all of the time. And the reason why I say a library and not a bookshop is because you can borrow books from a library for free, and so I won't spend all of my money and be in debt because I love books. The next thing on here is to host a book swap party. I'm not sure if this thing is real, but it sounds amazing. When you get together in a group, you buy a copy of one of your favourite books and you swap it across different people in the group until everyone's read each other's favourite books. And I don't know, that just seems so wholesome to me, and I would just love to do that at some point. When I go to university, fingers crossed, I get roommates, like flatmates, that will want to do this with me. They probably won't, because most people I know are not as much so crazy book fanatics as I am. But who knows? I feel like some people might bring a few books to university, so maybe. I'm being hopeful. The next one is to do with BookTube, and it is to put up a video where I interview an author that I like. I really like watching these BookTube videos, and hopefully in the future, if I manage to grow my little community a bit more and I build the confidence to reach out to different authors, then I can create some of that fun content and I can talk to different authors about their books, and that would just be absolutely amazing. This next one, these are all going to have to be very spread out, otherwise I will have no money. And that is that I want to see some special bookshops. I'd like to see the biggest bookshop in Europe, the oldest, maybe the smallest, some different quirky kinds of ones. Like I've been to seen when I was younger a bookshop that's on a bus, and I've seen online there's a bookshop that's on a narrowboat, and I'd just like to see all of those quirky different kinds of bookshops, which sounds super exciting. This next one is more aimed to when I move out of home and I start creating a new home for myself, and that's to create some cozy book spaces. So this can be like a comfy armchair, sofas with lots of blankets on them, a hammock maybe. I always like the idea of having a window seat or something like that. Just create somewhere that I can allocate to being my little reading space, because that would be absolutely lovely and really sweet. Next thing on here is to host a reading event or co-host on someone else's reading event. I just think that would be super exciting, and yet again, that's another thing for in the future. If my little booktube community grows, then I might build up some confidence to reach out to other people and collaborate and create a book event to share. This next one is kind of related to the reading space thing, kind of not. I feel like they're separate enough to put them in separate things, and that is to build up a home library. I'm talking about having shelves in every single room. I've already got 3 shelves, one of which is this one behind me, one of which I'm leaning my phone on, and one is just off camera to the side over there. And I'm hoping to steadily grow my library. These last little ones are kind of related to more specific books that I'd like to read. One of which is to read some of the Discworld, which is a huge collection of different series by Neil Gaiman, and so far I've only read a few of his books, but every one I've read over the years I have really enjoyed, so I feel like that would be a series that I'd really enjoy, so that's something. I'd also like to read more of Brandon Sanderson's books, because I'm really starting to like his style and mainly the world in which his books take place. And also who I've managed to already read all of the stories of is Jane Austen, so I'm hoping to find another classic author who wrote quite a while ago that I will want to read more of. I'm starting to think maybe Daphne du Maurier. I've only read one of her books though, so I don't know if she'll become my next Jane Austen, but who knows, maybe. And as far as non-fiction is concerned, I'm aware that I don't read much of it and I don't enjoy it, so I'm not going to set myself a goal to read more non-fiction. However, I will set myself the goal to educate myself in other ways, so that's the more non-fiction related thing. And now I'm just blabbing on about books. Also, another thing, I want to find some new favourite authors, maybe that haven't even written anything yet. I just want to find some more books that I absolutely love, and I don't know, just more reading and books and stuff. So that's all that I have for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you again for another video soon. Bye!